Welcome to Spaghetti Sunday, a semi-regular series hosted here on my channel diving into the lopsided nightmare that is my Chaos mod for the Overwatch workshop. I will be going through each change in alphabetical order, starting on Ana and concluding on Zenyatta. At the end of this series, I will also go through miscellaneous changes such as map choices and heads-up displays. In today's episode, we will focus on heroes, starting on Ana and ending on Emre. Disclaimer: I am not a programmer. My computer knowledge is primarily hardware focused, and you will see and hear many errors that a programmer likely shouldn't make. I will also be using simplified jargon like clip for all forms of ammunition containment and bullet for all munitions. I am aware that both terms have comparatively narrow meanings, but for my own sake and the sake of the audience, I will continue operating as stated. Firstly, Ana. Her tweak is codenamed Broken World and focuses on providing extra lethality. I wanted Ana to straddle the line between damage and support even more so than she already does at baseline. She has seen a 33% boost to damage, a 25% boost to healing, 10 extra bullets in her clip, and her scoped shots fire a high damage projectile that can critical hit if your aim is sufficient. Each scoped shot takes 5 bullets. To make her scoped shots function this way, I created a projectile that fires at 1 million meters per second. Normally Overwatch caps integer values at 1000, but this made the projectile slow enough that it was possible to land a normal hit scan shot and miss the boost. However, Blizzard allows more than just integers for projectile speed. It also permits multiplied values, and by setting the projectile to 1000 times 1000, I circumvented the cap and produced the illusion of hit scan. Her last change is the disabling of Nano Boost. My core reasoning for this change was that it felt tacky and overpowered when compared with her various buffs. Next up is Ashe, whose attribute is Enforcer. As you may have gathered by the name, Enforcer is a role shuffle that promotes Ashe to tank. Her scope has been disabled, and attempting to right-click will cause a special melee that deals extra damage and slight knockback. I achieved this by summoning an incredibly short-lived projectile when Ashe uses Mouse 2. Her health has been increased to 650 points, Dynamite explodes on impact and gains a 67% cooldown reduction, and Coach Gun deals doubled knockback. To ensure she wasn't too overpowered, her clip size has been cut down from 12 bullets to 5, however she does deal 50% more damage than baseline, so balance may be in the eye of the beholder. Our third hero on this journey is Bastion, who has some incredibly fucked up changes I made out of boredom. He has the Warden quirk, which functions similarly to Ashe's new secondary fire. Unlike Ashe, Bastion's quirk is not specific to Mouse 2 and also activates during regular melee. Naturally, this meant removing his tactical grenade. Other Bastion changes include removing his upward mobility by setting jump height to 25%, increasing his ultimate duration to its maximum value, removing passive generation of ultimates to motivate combat, and doubling his clip size for recon. Number 4 is everyone's least favourite squire, Brigitte. Her shield deployment has seen a 34% cooldown reduction, however its regeneration has been halved, so do not behave recklessly or you will feel the sting. Repair packs generate 35% more frequently, Whipshot has a doubled range of knockback, but conversely gains a 100% increase in cooldown time. Rally is still functional but gains a 25% overall reduction in resource generation, so you have to be working for longer to earn it. The big change here is that Brigitte, much like Ashe, is now a tank. For the sake of survivability and technical stability, which is a long story, Brigitte now has 300% health. She also deals 50% more healing, although the trade is that she no longer has passive regeneration and receives 50% less healing. This was done to incentivize combat and make the player capitalize on the Inspire passive ability, which heals in a radius when damage is dealt, while also ensuring Brigitte remained mortal. Moving on from the insane engineer who thought it was a good idea to shove her pet cat in a jetpack and send her into war, we meet Cassidy. In a rare example of me drawing on my time as a Team Fortress 2 player, Cassidy's changes put him on the same track as the Spy. Primarily, he can turn invisible for 3 seconds whenever he deploys his flashbang. The trade is that the cooldown for the flashbang has increased by 200%. Furthering his similarities to the Spy include his mobility, consisting of a 25% movement speed buff and a whopping 85% cooldown reduction on combat roll. Deadeye has been completely disabled and Cassidy currently has no ultimate ability. It just didn't feel right with his current configuration, although I may implement a custom-made alternative ultimate in due time. Our first weak character on this list is D.Va, who quite a few of my friends loathe. To remedy this loathing, and also to mock the little shit for always yelling, "Nerf this!" she has been completely nerfed. extremely low ultimate generation, 34% less defense matrix, 33% cooldown increase for micro missiles, 25% cooldown increase for boosters, 10% less damage, and she spawns in pilot mode. Up next is Doomfist, who is both buffed and debuffed. Let me explain. His buffs include a 66% damage increase, 300% knockback increase for Rocket Punch, and a doubled ultimate duration. His debuffs include a 50% cooldown increase for Seismic Slam, 300% cooldown increase for Rocket Punch, 400% cooldown increase for Power Block, clip reduction from 4 bullets to 1, and a 400% increase in reload time. Last for today is Emre, who is our third reshuffle hero, yet again an example of a damage hero moving to the tank role. His features include a 50% duration increase for Override Protocol, 33% damage buff, 50% clip reduction, 34% reduced heat generation during Siphon Blaster, and 100% health increase. To compensate, Emre's cooldowns for Siphon Blaster and Cyber Frag have both increased by 50%, and his ultimate generation has seen a 25% combat reduction and 75% passive reduction. When Emre is using his ultimate, two things happen. Firstly, he gains 250 non-recoverable overhealth. This was due to the fact that despite being a tank, Emre becomes quite the notable target during Override Protocol, and in testing I found that using the ultimate while already damaged effectively nullified his tank status. No matter how much overhealth is lost in combat, any remainder will self-cleanse when the timer elapses. The second thing is an exhaustion mechanic. In the last 3 seconds of Override Protocol, the player receives a warning that Emre is weakening, and when the ultimate expires, Emre is knocked down for 5 seconds. The purpose is twofold: to balance his power and prevent him from potentially wasting a team on his own, and to lean into the theme of him being possessed by an artificial intelligence. That just about covers everything I plan to talk about today. There will be further installments in this series, always on Sunday, but as for a routine, I've yet to decide. If you want to play, the code is on screen right now. I hope you've enjoyed this breakdown of my work, and I hope the mode brings at least some entertainment to you and any friends you might play with. Ciao for now.